Alright, we are back for more Roottreemania. Walbo, you gotta play this game if you're still around. I know you head off during Roottree sessions because you don't want to spoil yourself, but it's a good game. You should play it. Alright, let's get into some Roottrees. God, that background jazz is just so sick. Okay. I think we're pretty close to finishing Roottreemania. I think there's like 24 or something and we're at 20. Is that right? That's not right. But we're doing pretty well. Alright. Come on, Roottrees. You can do it. What's this little loading mouse? There we go. Okay. Well, let's see. Where are we at? We are at 20 out of 30. Okay, so we've got 10 more Roottrees to fill in. I think we'll finish this off today. Oh shit, didn't we? Oh, that's right. So I think when we finished up our last stream, we had just cracked the Crocodile Clementine thread. If I'm correct. There was something about... It was in news time. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Oh, Sims. So that's Billy Sims's wife, and Colleen Webb is Clementine's ex-wife. So that's that. Colleen, she worked in an airport newsstand, raised them both. Mary was graduating. Mary Webb, Webb on the web. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, and then we got Val was on the cover. God. That's fine. I don't think we actually got... Val was on the cover of Telephoto in Iraq, about being in Iraq. So did we get to Telephoto Iraq? What's LBP? What the fuck is LBP? It's not that, it's not that, it's not that. It could be Louisiana Border Pharmacy. It could be Long Beach Peninsula. Doesn't seem like that's it. Okay, so maybe it's... let's just add this quickly. Long Beach Peninsula seems like something. No. So if they're a photojournalist, maybe they broke a story on one of these things. That could be it. Seems very unlikely. Okay, it's very unlikely this is related to what you're looking for. So that's a clear. Don't worry about it. Lexington business payroll. No. Lincoln baby photography. That could be it. There we go. Val. Okay, perfect. Business in Beacon, copyright, blah, blah, blah. On the site has a picture of a baby and a camera. Cam reaching for his namesake. I guess he takes after his father, Val. Okay, so I think that's giving us basically everything here. So we've got Val. Clementine, I guess. Cam Clementine. Oh no, actually, sorry. I think it was 2 daughters. So I think it's Val Clementine. Because Val is the father? Cam Lincoln. Okay, no. So it is Val Lincoln. Something Clementine, we don't know. They're a baby, so obviously that's fine. And then the other kid, one of... Yeah, fuck. Okay, so hold on. So... Val, the former head photographer, corporate composition photography. So Mary Webb, and taken a name, Colleen Webb. So Mary Webb could be this one, or it could be this one. We don't really know yet. His daughter Mary was graduating. That's going to be time-based, I think. So, okay. So, Mary was graduating. She was how long? What year was this? So let's see. 1994. So she graduated in 1994. Mary Webb graduated in 1994. Okay, so then we have to figure out if it's the older or younger daughter. That's the trick. So we think it was Lincoln baby photography. I'll just pop that in here now. Hold on, so if I go back to photography. An award-winning photographer. Yeah. Okay, so Cam is obviously quite young. Val is a boy. I'm pretty sure we saw that Mark had 2 daughters. But now I'm not sure. Where was it? It was the interview with Colleen. She was pregnant with her 2nd daughter. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So look. She was pregnant with her 2nd daughter in 1975. So hold on, let me close this out because I think this will give it to us. So she was pregnant with her 2nd daughter in 1995. When you graduate, it was a high school graduation, so you'd be like 18, right? So e.g. born in 1976, 18 in 1994. Whereas the older daughter would have been something like 20 in 1994. So I think that's telling us Mary is the younger sister. And she's something. She's a travel agent. We've got Cam Lincoln, sorry. And then who's this? So this is obviously the other sister. What's Val Lincoln's... What's Val Lincoln's wife's name? Val was on the cover of Telephoto, so that is something we need to find. I don't think we found that, did we? No. So I think we just need to look for Val Lincoln in Telephoto. There we go. Lisa Clementine. Boom. Thank you. Okay. And she agreed to become Miss Lincoln. Perfect. Okay, so that gives us Lisa Clementine, the older sister who was a soldier. 1992 issue. So this was before the graduation. So already by this point, Lisa was a soldier. So, sorry, these are Clementines, aren't they? Because their mum said so. She was a soldier. Army? What? Military. There we go. There you are. Okay, so I think that's everyone. So I'm pretty sure, let's just double check that. We saw something about, she was saying that they didn't change the names. Sorry, where was it? Here. No, here. She never went through the process of changing their names legally. They used the web name, but they are still Clementines. Okay, so that's that. So I think that should lock in all those. I think we need to get, how many do we need to get? 5. We need to get 5 locked in before those lock in, but assuming those are correct, which they seem like they would be, that's 3. So now we have to go through this thread. So this is the real trick. This is Elizabeth Knox. We have like nothing on Elizabeth Knox. Beth Knox. This is all we know. She started working in the company in 1926. This infidelity was 1921, which is quite interesting. But Sam also says, Ernie asked, who's Beth, blah, blah, blah. So this would have been a long ongoing infidelity by that point. If she only started in 1921. Do we have any earlier details? Not really. We have Elizabeth Farrow, who is Christine Farrow's mother. But yeah, I think we're looking at Elizabeth Knox here. Either Beth or Elizabeth Knox. What is that statue of? Sorry? Where did that come from? Why do we have a picture of a statue? Where the fuck did we find a picture of a statue? Am I crazy? I can't see it here. Oh, Croc's ex-wife. Yeah, so we had to find, there was one specific article that really broke that open, which was in News Time. If we searched Mark Clementine in the News Time periodical, and that busted it open by finding us Colleen, which was the key. If you want, all the past streams are on the YouTube channel, which I think is linked down below the Twitch. I don't know, but it's somewhere. But so yeah, now we just need to do this entire left side. So Elizabeth Knox. We know nothing about Elizabeth Knox. Oh, that's right. Okay, so this was Bess Williams in 1926. She wrote Family Man about Elias. There was a statue, the Boracadal Library, and it printed out a statue of that library somewhere there. So this is the statue we got. It's a statue of an unknown author. So this could be, if instead of Elizabeth Knox, this is Bess Williams, then that could be right. Especially if they open a statue to Bess. If the Roottree family commissioned a statue of Bess, which they totally could have. So do we think Bess... Do we think that's Elizabeth Knox? So, because Beth could be Bess. It's totally possible. She died in 1926. When did she write Family Man? Bess Williams. Let's look it up. Bess Williams, Family Man. Well, we know it's... That's fine. There's no downloadable version. Well, how the fuck are we going to find that? But I want that. I want that corpo propaganda. Did I get a copy of it already? I didn't, did I? Oh no, I did. Here we go. Yeah. Look. The copyright had expired. No, what am I trying to find out? I want to find out Business Watch. Oh wait, so the copyright had expired on the Business Watch article, so that's why they were able to use it. Okay, so I think it's not. I think it must be Elizabeth Knox. I mean, it could be Bess Williams, but I think Elizabeth Knox is where we're gonna go. So, do we have anything at all about Elizabeth Knox? What if we search in the Butler County Times? How long does it take copyright to expire? Well, let's see. Because we have the... in our old evidence, we have the original... somewhere here. So this is 1936. So presumably it expired maybe in 1986? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. We've already got the clues from this. Yeah, anyway. The clues from that are just these clues, presumably. How the hell are we going to break into this? I really have no idea. Let's just dive into Elias Rootree, I guess. Maybe we'll find something. Okay. Off-season business. As religious groups visit to show support for Elias and Gwyneth's traditional values and financial rights. Okay. Let's make a Elias Rootree page. So this feels like it's our way in. We'll go to the First Anderson Maple Farm again. Pickets from gay rights activists. The website's down. Check back later. Quotes from Bess Williams' book appear to have been taken down. If we look at the older page, a few quotes, a few biased quotes. So those are the quotes that were taken down. Okay, so let's go to the First Anderson Maple Farm. Okay. County Times, is that still going? Yeah. No. No. Anything new in here? No. Okay. Oh, why are we in Bess Williams? What the fuck? Religious and political groups decided to visit to show support. It's interesting. The Heralded, yes, it's a university newspaper. It's the Mid-Eastern University newspaper, which was relevant for some stuff. Yeah, I mean, we already know this, I think. That's nothing. I think reprintings of Lauren's diaries might be interesting. So let's see. So what was it called? Letters from the War or something? What the fuck was the name of her book? A Life Between Wars. Okay. Oh, she was tracked down. Oh no, well she has Alzheimer's. That's horrible. Okay. How the hell do we break into this? There's got to be something to do with the Knox family. But what? So, yeah, we think it's either... It's got to be either Family Man, so either Bess or Elizabeth are the threads to pull on here. What was the Miami Mercury for? I think it was because of Crocodile Clementine, I believe. Oh, I can't remember now. I actually have no idea. What did we do about... What was Miami? No, you're right. He wasn't Floridian. I actually can't remember what it was. Yeah, no idea. Gwyn Roottree died. Maybe Gwyneth Roottrie. No. I feel like the religious and political groups visiting is our thread. If we search... Well, we already searched in the Butler County Times, right? Well, if it's shut down, what is Miss Cattrall up to now? Sam Cattrall. Or is it? Well, sorry, it'll be Gwyneth Madsen. God, I really don't know how to crack into this one. They used to fight. Okay, so who was it who remembered they used to fight? One of Sam's farm supervisors was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had... Oh no, so that's the other one. Sorry, that's Elizabeth Pharaoh, I think. Okay. Gwyneth was always much kinder to Sam than Elias was. Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam by using some kind of leverage. They were known to argue, sometimes around another woman. Ernie would ask, "Who's Beth?" But how am I going to break into that then? So when Ernie... So Ernie knew about Beth when Ernie was in charge. Which was... Zach retired, Guy took over. But Ernie, who was in charge at this point, gave Beth a 50-year work anniversary bonus of 50 grand. Which I think was just kind of a... Just kind of a, hey, you know, have a payout kind of vibe. And then a year later, she was no longer employed under Guy Hudson. Guy Hudson's in. He does all this cheating on his wife and traveling around. And then he dies. He dies in 1982. Work time temp. I didn't chase that up. That's interesting. Fred Gleason, 50-year worth anniversary bonus. That's also worth noting. And we pay for Root, which gets that off. Okay, let's look at some of these threads. I think we've looked at some of this. Yeah, I don't think this is worth knowing. Yeah, okay, cool. That's an easy dead end. Let's try Fred Gleason. He would have worked there in 62 to 60. Sorry, 32 to 34. So if this infidelity was here, okay, he would have worked there too early to be relevant, I think. Let's just try. No, I don't think he's relevant either. Let's try the Roottrees Legacy. Oh, right, okay. The same publishing company that printed Lauren's diary. What was that publishing company called? Is that helpful to us? Life Between Wars. Doesn't say who published it. But interestingly enough, the pull quote on the cover, oh, Schoolbound Publishing. Okay, there we go. Let's go there. Oh. Come on. I thought that was a thread, but I guess it's not. Damn, I really thought that was a thread. Schoolbound Publishing. Okay, if we head to the Butler County Times and we look up Laura. Oops. They reviewed it, blah, blah, blah. This is an old page though. Okay. They only gave it a 4 out of 5. The publisher of Family Man wasn't it Schoolbound Publishing? It said it was published by the same company that printed Lauren's diary for schools. Unless it's not the same. Where's the later version? God, there's just so much here. Here we go. Revisiting the diary. Yeah, I don't know that it is a different company. That statue is not at a school. It's outside, like, the Miami Library or something. Oh, actually, that's how we got the Miami Herald. The Miami, whatever that was called. That was that. The Miami Mercury. Yeah. We were looking up Bess Williams, the Miami Library. Yeah, this kind of stuff. So maybe it is Bess. Maybe it's not Beth. Young son. Okay. Let's dive into that then. Let's continue with Bess. Yeah, we'll dive into Wildcat. I just want to... Included a statue. Yeah, okay, so let's look at Wildcat construction. Okay, what about in here? Okay. So maybe it is, maybe we're wrong. Maybe Elizabeth Knox is not related and we're looking at Bess Williams here. So, if that's right, then is Frank Wildcat Williams? Yeah, so obviously the child, he was in construction. We don't have a picture of him, but we know his wife's name is Ophelia something. Here we go. Okay. He grew up an orphan. His family died in a hurricane. That's Bess Williams. No memory of his father. Construction job in Miami. We've got a photo and 2 daughters. Okay. Alright, I mean that's feeling promising then. There's the statue, presumably. Okay, so we've got a picture of Wildcat. Now that's problematic because now... Well, he was also in the military, but he was in construction afterwards. Oh, and he was a CEO, wasn't he now? So what was his job, do we think? We don't know his mother's name or his wife's name yet, but we do know we've got Barb and Sharon Williams. So I guess Elizabeth Knox was just a dead end. Motivational speaker in Florida. No, it should be her birth name. On this, people are listed under their birth name, not their married names. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Oops. She was talking at a church. Biblical comparisons. The biker who died was her son-in-law, and the Lanes Across America charity, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is very much important. Let's first start with seeing if this is a periodical. Oh, wait, what? That's so strange. Okay. Okay. So that makes me think on this list, Barb is going to be down here. So let's fill her in. Public speaker? Is that something? God. It is not yet locking anything in. I'm nervous. Because I thought we had locked in a few more of these. That is nerve-inducing. We've now theoretically got 6 correct. We should have locked in at 5, so something's obviously gone wrong. We'll get to that later. Maybe these are meant to be Webbs. But I think their birth name is Clementine and it wasn't changed. No, I think that's wrong. I think they are Clementines. Alright. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going. So the other daughter was Susan, was it? Or Sharon? Yeah. Alright, we'll have to come back to old Sharon. Let's go to Lanes Across America. Oh wait, no, let's look up Isabel Crosby. Okay. What? Okay. 25 stories of sisterhood. Hold on, I might just... Oh, this is going to give us... Yeah. 2 16-year-old girls. Sherry was a brat. Sharon was beautiful. Oh my god. Her daughter was the result of an unexpected pregnancy when she was 15. Wait, what? This family tree is getting confusing. Okay, so, hold on. Right, I see. So this is Barb Williams here. And her daughter was raised as her sister. That's why this section is so strange. Which gives us Sharon Williams. We don't know what her deal is, but she'll be down here, presumably. Well, she's a hairdresser if her Sherry's hair is correct. Her son-in-law is the biker who died. Yep, okay, this is it. So let's look up Sherry's hair first. Sherry, yeah. Her husband Pete was her late husband's college roommate. Okay, so we've got first husband, the biker, second husband, Pete. They'd never spent any time together until the charity. They left the charity behind at some point. Tony, Mark, and Cricket. She's an actress. Okay. York. Okay. Sherry Yastrzemski, which gives us presumably this guy is Yastrzemski, but let's look into somebody's a Yastrzemski. We'll figure it out. Let's look at what was it? Lanes Across America. Okay. Drew Smith. Right. So that was presumably originally Lanes Across Miami. So then these two. So this is Peter Yastrzemski. Okay. God. Okay. Got Drew Smith. This is, what was her name? Cricket York, or Cricket Yastrzemski, who is an actress. We have the oldest, Tony. Anthony, presumably, yep. Anthony Smith. And we have Mark Smith. But how can Cricket be an actress? She's gonna be a child. So she's gonna be a child actress. Okay. He's the oldest and he's a straight A student. He's a little league team. Okay, but maybe this is just in the past, so we'll need to go there. So let's first look up Lanes Across Miami though, which will presumably be what it was called originally. Here we go. Sharon Smith, blah blah blah. Uncropped version of the photo from the LAA website. After she left LAM, they began to crop her out. Wow. Okay. So who have we got here? Is that Barb? Yes. Which means this is Sharon, and that's going to be Pete. What's her occupation? She's a hairdresser. Poor Sharon. Yeah, Sharon's had a complex life, that's for sure. Wait, so what? Lisa Clementine is wrong. Alright, let's see. We've obviously got some wrong ones in there. So there's an extra picture of Barbara. Let's pop that in. So yeah, Lisa is wrong and Frank Williams is wrong. Well, we don't know his job. That's why that's wrong. I think his job should be construction. Lisa Clementine was in the military, but now maybe she's just retired to be a housewife or something. So we'll go back to that thread in a bit, but let's finish this thread off first. Okay, so we need to look up the Liberty Library. It's a children's show, children and adults, blah blah blah. Pay for it by donations. Okay, it's fine. It's syndicated. Documented fan sites. Cricket York. 5. Okay, so I mean, do we call her an actor or do we call her a child? The puppet poof tail. Alright, let's search. Damn. Okay. I guess we'd just call her a child, wouldn't we? Student. Okay, so let's finish off the Smiths then. Tony, Mark, and cricket. Mark. So Mark Smith is going to be good, big in Little League Baseball, hopefully in Miami maybe, or they moved to Orlando. So do we have a Florida? Well, no. Not really. How the fuck do we find these kids? His Little League team is nationally recognized. In Orlando or in Miami? If we just search what Little League... But this was discontinued in fucking 1969, so that's not going to be very helpful. Miami Little League. Yeah, nice. Thank you, VCR. That's very good. Mark Smith, Little League team. How do we find his Little League team? His Little League team is nationally recognized. Sports periodical. I don't think I've got one. Unfortunately. I think he's a college student and here is a K-12 student. Is this going to be Yestrozemski or York? And are they going to be a student or are they going to be an actress? Is the question. How do we find a Little League sports team? Did I look up Isabel Crosby? I did, but I didn't find anything. Let's just check that as well. Benton County. There we go. Okay. Not that important. Yeah, why did it died? Benton County died. Yeah, maybe if Cricket York is famous. Oh, okay, let's go to arithmetic maybe? That's very funny. The old find and replace mistake, huh? Alright, what about EDUC82U? Educate to you. Okay. Oh, Cricket and Her Brothers. There we go. Boom. All right. Well, now we just need to figure out what we got wrong. Okay, so I think this seems right for now. I don't know if we would call her a student or an actor. I don't know. What is child actor specific? I think just student, right? Like, is Cricket more of a student or actor? I don't know. Let's leave it. So we obviously got something wrong here, and we didn't get Ophelia. It is a job. Okay, all right. Let's put actor then. And we obviously got something wrong with Lisa Clementine as well. So let's do that. So if we jump back over to... She took his name. Lisa Clementine was in the military. I mean, well, maybe we just need to search Lisa. An amputee. She wants a support group. Okay. Oh, and she teaches classes. Okay, that's going to be it then. She relocated to teach. Okay, so that's what we had wrong there. She is now a professor. Unless there's anything else in there that fits. I don't think there is. Okay, great. That seems good. All right, so then Frank Williams, whose name is Wildcat Construction. He won the Navy Cross, Ophelia, blah, blah, blah. Wildcat Construction is Frank's company. He died. He ran a construction company. I mean, yeah, I just say he's in construction, right? Oh, but his birth name... No, his birth name was Williams. That's a picture of him juggling hammers. Where was he? Where the fuck did he go there? Oh, no. There. So obviously that's a picture of him. What was his spouse's name? Ophelia Williams. Ophelia... She didn't have to change her name though. How do we find her name? Bob and Sharon Williams. Greta Jones. Five stories of sisterhood. Let's go back to that. Where was that? Oh, it was in a book. That's right. We got the story from Bob. The Beauty and the Brat. parents took charge, blah blah blah. Away from home to work at an animal shelter. Clothes, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the construction company closed, I guess, when he died. So, but Sharon didn't know that Barb was her mum. But I guess this is just her at the wedding. Wait, what the fuck? What's this? Oh, that's another picture of cricket. Okay, so we think we've got this one right, yes. We obviously had something wrong about Frank Williams. No, we had him listed as a CEO before, so we changed that to construction. That could be right. We've tried cricket as an actor. Now let's just try her as a student. We've got Mark and Anthony Smith. He is not a college student. He is clearly too young. Okay, let's try cricket as an actor again. There we go. We just had to finagle the last little bits and pieces. Oh, God. All right. We didn't get Frank's wife's name, Ophelia something. We don't know what.
Hi again. I know you probably thought you were done. But it turns out what you're doing here might have some pretty major repercussions on the family tree.
Again. Also, there's something really strange happening. I can't explain it.
Neither of us can.
I'd call it a simple misunderstanding, but it's digging at the pit of my stomach.
Last week, let's just say being the president, sometimes people bring you things.
Just skip to the important
Yeah, get to the point, Clark.
Right. One of our janitors brought me some hair she'd found in Ruby Spratt's trash. It was Bonnie Hudson's.
Ruby Spratt is the lawyer.
Bonnie is Guy's sister. She'd sent us her hair to test potential root trees, since her DNA is closest to Guy's. But Ruby threw it out, and I wasn't sure why she would have done that. Especially right before we began testing the tree you provided. When I asked, she told me she thought the samples needed to be fresh every time they did a test.
It seems really odd. Ruby was the one who convinced us to do DNA testing in the first place. She seemed... You've done more of a deep dive on these people than anybody else has. Clark will keep a closer eye on the DNA tests from now on. You have an eye for anomalies. We need you to find the smoking guns.
If there's anyone you're 100% positive can't be a root tree.
Huh. So there's a fake root tree on there.
If we've got definitive evidence are root trees, then we might be able to catch Ruby in a lie.
Oh man. This is tough. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think David is not a root tree. Wow, this is really tough, actually. Jesus Christ. But it does tell us when we found all the pieces of evidence that we need, which is nice. I mean, oh god. These two are twins, so either they both are or neither of them are. So let's start with this. So I think Susan Ford left in 1982. And Thomas Hughes freaked out in 1982, convinced he was not the father of their children. So, I mean, I think as close as we can get to proving... Oh, sorry, these are Roottrees. They're as close to confirmed as they possibly can be. You know, the other potential father thought he wasn't the father, so clearly something happened there, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty definitive. Now, David Fellows is a very interesting one. The question is Ruby Spratt... Grew up in foster care, went to Mid-Eastern, helped out a gas station chain... She grew up in foster care. Went to Mid-Eastern. So I think maybe she's just trying to fight a vendetta to bring down the Roottrees Candy Company. I don't know fully why. She is a foster child. She grew up in the foster care system. So I wonder if she's also a secret Roottrees somewhere. Ruby Spratt. If we're looking at Guy's trip to Australia, we had Charles Martin and Robin Martin. Who didn't... Robin Martin had no children. So that's why we declined thinking there was anything to that. This one's interesting. Okay, let's just keep going through our possible Roottrees. So, I think David Fellows isn't a Roottree, with the key being a bit of confusion about when he was born, either in 90. So he mentioned seeing it on his 17th birthday. So there's an inconsistency here about his age. Let's see, there's some interesting things. See if we can find anything Kristen Valdez. No. Okay. Trisha King. No. Okay. 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 So yeah. So the key here is, was he born in 92? Sorry, no, not 92 or 94. It's was he born in? Saw the movie on his 17th birthday, which could have been 75 or 77. So if we go to 5Ps, there's a question of born in 1975 or 1977. If we go to the company records, his mother's name was something Fellows. Joanna Fellows was no longer employed in 77. Robertson. So I guess the question here is, would David Fellows, when was David Fellows born? Was it before or after Joanna left the Roottrees Candy Company? Because if it was '75, if it was 75, then that's while his mother worked at the Roottrees Candy Company. If it was 77, that was after. So I think he's not trying to do anything. I think this is a mistake, right? I think he references seeing the movie on his 17th birthday. I think that's the truth, which means he was born in 75, which would make him a Roottrie. But I think his mother or somebody lied about his birth date to fake when he was actually born. Yeah, is my theory. So I wonder if 5Ps knows Ruby Spratt in any way. Who was Anonymum? I found her out at some point. Because maybe she's back in then. So where did he go after he was 16? So he lived in Portland. As did she. Huh. So they possibly could have known each other. That's very interesting. So this makes me think not a root tree. David Fellows and 5Ps. 5Ps is in league with Ruby Sprat to just kind of do some wealth redistribution. Which seems crazy, but that's the thought. Oh god, what about Flavio Suarez and Sonia Alves? Sonia received a significant inheritance in 1980. So does that mean Edson Suarez died in 1980? $190,000 of travel expenses. Okay, let's look up Edson. I mean, no. So Edson didn't die around then. Where was that? Something about Nia. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to think he is, but it's hard to know. But there's a missing clue. I think we need to go into Anonymum. Who was she? We found her at some point. It was one of these people. She's not Anonymum. Maybe it's Beatrice Watts. Who is Anonymum? God, we had it at a second. Okay. So it's not Corinne Schwartz. I need to just kind of... Okay, I can kill this. So Anonymum, not Corinne Schwartz. So possibly Beatrice Watts. Let's just write down some of our candidates. Valerie Ewing. I don't know if I do have every relevant name. No, unfortunately. She was a secretary in the late 70s. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to the News Time article in a second. Okay, so here's some other possible names. Well, it's not Joanna Robertson. That's 5 Pieces' mum. And Beth Knox was like a million years old at this point, so it's not her either. Christine Farrow, we already know it's not her. Joanna Robertson, blah, blah, blah. Christine Farrow, Christine Garland. Okay, so it might be one of those two. Christine Garland, blah, blah, blah. Juliette McCullen, Doris Mays, maybe. Okay. And that's everyone. Okay, so maybe it's Juliette McCullen. Or Doris Mays. Okay, so it could be any of these people, annoyingly. Let's look at that News Time article. So... that's the 5P's News Time article, right? Where is it here? He threw it all away with the exception of the one photo he appears with. He threw it away? I mean, come on. Was there a News Time article about Anonymum? Oh yeah, there we go. Well found. Grey hair. Okay. Well done, Sid. That's the key. Okay, so here are some clues. So, she was hired at the same time as another woman. So, let's see. And she didn't work there at the same time as Joanna. Yeah. So Joanna was fired 77. So Christine, no. Christine is out. Christine was already out, so that's fine. All the people who started work there are also out. So that's... Any of these secretaries are out. Juliet McCullen, out. Doris Mays, out. And Joanna Robertson, fine. Okay, so we're down to 4. Hired at the same time as another woman. So we're down to these 4. Beatrice and Corinne, who we know it's not already. Or Lisa and Valerie. Linda was hired later. Terry O'Connor, we can ignore. Oh, yeah, there we go. Linda and Angela were hired. Oh, so it could be them. Why did we not have Linda and Angela in here? Because I guess we've said late 70s. So possibly that's something. They were hired at the same time during a transition period while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morton were gone. I mean, that feels like this. Well, no. It'd be earlier. So it makes me think it's in this group. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing. She used the money to move away and start a new life with her daughter. The payments were allegedly made in cash. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not... Okay, I think I'm looking at Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing. Oops. So now what do we do though? I mean... She moved away from Butler County. Yeah. Valerie Ewing. I feel like Valerie Ewing feels most promising to me. But how do we figure that out? Hey, what about... What was his name? Felix Fellers. I don't think he went. Okay. All right. How the hell are we going to figure out who it is? Here we go. Oh shit, this is it. This is totally it. So who started with Corinne? Was it Beatrice? Beatrice started with Corinne. Okay, I think that confirms it then. We're looking at Beatrice Watts. Yeah, they're not credible about the fact that they were lovers, but I don't know. I think the part that yeah. No, Courtney May we haven't heard before. But this is all feeling good to me. So we think Beatrice Watts. Alright, I think that's who we've got. So how the hell are we gonna now find... She filed for bankruptcy. Wait, hold on. North Carolina. Courtney May. Oh yeah. She's not shy about claiming she's Jane Doe Rootree. Yes. Who the fuck are Ryan and Cork? Yeah. I think she's definitely a Rootree. I think Ruby basically just got David to steal this story as part of an agreement so that David would get money. Yeah. Okay, so this is... Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Alright. Well, let's start with the photo. Courtney, May, and Danny. So, okay, so we've got Courtney, May... God, what was her birth name? Sorry. Watts. She is now called Courtney May Newton, which means this is Danny Newton. Here's a picture. Here's a picture. The mother is... What was her name? Fucking something Watts? Beatrice Watts. She was a secretary and then she went to work at a department store. So a cashier, I suppose. Yeah. What does... Oh, she got a nursing degree, so she's a nurse. Okay. And here's the picture. There it is. All right. I mean, that's good. That's a good lock-in. So now the question is, who do we know and who do we not know? Fucking hell. Oh man, how are we gonna ever lock these down? Well, I guess we don't have to know for sure. We just need to deduce. Few missing clues in there. Yeah. But I think we know the story there. So we actually don't need to confirm. We can just kind of go I think we can just be like this for all of them, and then it will tell us the truth later. But anyway, so did Christine Garland cheat on her husband? So Elizabeth had a daughter who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. They met at a swingers party. Her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. So that makes me think it is... At least the firstborn son is definitely a Rootree. We don't really know about the second. How they met. Dad was a chef at Antonelli's, grew up on a farm supplies restaurant, blah, blah, blah. Three years younger. Okay, so this is the kick. 3 years younger. Right? So they eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. That means Robert is definitely not a Rootree because they moved quicker than 3 years. So they met when they were younger. Had already prepared buns for the palace ovens. I mean, yeah. But then they baked buns together. Yeah. So I think that's what that's telling us. James, yes. Robert, no. You don't like you don't like narrative-driven recipes? That's crazy. That's such a great system. All right. Who are we going to next? Let's go to Min Lang. So Min moved away, but Min didn't know her father at all, right? Like, if I recall from Min, which is in China Rootree, oh, she was an early adopter of IVF. So I think that's telling us she's not a Rootree. But I don't know, if we just look up IVF. Yeah. Yeah, I think it seems likely that she's not a Rootree. If the mother was an early adopter of IVF. Oh my god. No way. Okay, that's incredible if that's true. Okay, so Sid Haunted VCR has just said in chat, was the watermelon flavor named after her because they both start with X, like the 5 pieces? Oh my god. Okay, so, oh my god, Jesus Christ. So what, he named flavors after all the women he tried to sleep with? Or did sleep with? Strawberry, Chigua, butterscotch, caviar. Strawberry, sugar, butterscotch, caviar. Butterscotch, strawberry, butterscotch, sugar, caviar. Butterscotch. Maybe. Strawberry. No, I don't think so. God, that was a good thought though. Because who would Strawberry be? It's not Joanna. Oh, what's his wife's name actually? Fuck. Patricia. I don't think so. Man, that's clever though, if true. Caviar. Who would Caviar be as well? Okay, so yeah, we think Min Lang, IVF, not a root tree. Okay, Flavio. Flavio, his mother did get an inheritance in the 80s. I don't know. I mean, that to me feels like enough to start it, to call him a blood relative. He even has a bit of the Guy Hudson look about him, doesn't he? So then, I think these two both are. It seems pretty likely that Miracle did have kids with them. Let's see if Edsel... New Edison. So we need to look into Edsel Sterling, which would be in... Christine? No, where was it? Stuart Clementine, here we go. So... The Old Rugged Cross. Popular hymn, blah blah blah. Can we see anything about it in Modern Music Monthly perhaps? Here we go. Mary Beth Quaker. So when she released that song, she wasn't yet married. Okay. She adopted 2 children in the late 1940s. Her other son was adopted later under unusual circumstances, which is Crocodile Clementine, the basket baby. I mean, this seems very suspicious. Like, this is totally a made-up story, right? Seems like a made-up story. Why was she shunned for her personal life? What's the story there? She'd been twice divorced. Oh, that ended her career with the religious audience. Okay. That was in 1959. So... much later. I mean, it makes me think they both are. She adopted, in air quotes, adopted 2 children in the late 1940s. I mean, come on, right? I think they're both blood relatives. And that gives us just Frank Williams, which I'm really uncertain about. I mean, it doesn't sound like Bess Williams married, though, so... if she didn't get married, where does she have a kid? A printing press that was used by the Miami Sunday. Cuba by Cubans. Oh no, these are just other exhibits, that's fine. Bess's young son, now an orphan. Okay, so... where was his dad? Did we know anything about his dad? Had no memory of his father. Okay, so I think again, we've got another root tree situation. Okay, so that means we think the only one who, well, those are the ones we think are and aren't root trees. We have 2 possible root trees left to identify. Wait, who? What? Wait, is it this? Is it like... no. Wait, so what are we doing now? Sorry? Now what am I doing? Is it... how do I end my search? Now what? What am I trying to do here? I think I'm happy with all of this. Yeah. What? Wait, what? I scrolled past. Where? Up here somewhere? Oh. Oh, of course. Ronnie and Robbie. Right. Wait, what? What? Why are the boys in question? Gwyn... is the question whether Gwyn is their mother? Or... okay, hold on. Guys Like Us remake. Cameron Diaz. So what is the question? How would these not be Roottrees? Either Gwyn, either Marguerite is not actually the child of Elias. Gwyn is not actually the child of Marguerite. Or these two are not actually the child of Gwyn. But that seems crazy to me. They just definitely seem to be Roottrees. What's the thought that they might not be Roottrees? That's the question. But they were in this border the whole time, weren't they? But I guess it's just a question of because their parents split up. Or something. Why do we think they might not be Roottrees? I just think they are Roottrees. Nothing that I have found has made me suspect that they're not Roottrees. Yeah, I just think they are Roottrees. I don't... Oh, the Huntington's link. Okay. Right, that's right. Okay, so I think the thread we're meant to be following here is the Huntington's one. Huntington's is passed genetically. If a parent has the disease, there's a 50-50 chance their child would get it. So Penelope did someone close to us has got Huntington's. We don't know who, but it's presumably one of the two Roottrees. Oh no, medical issue from Ron Roottree is telling us, yeah, that Ron probably has Huntington's. So, serious medical issue. So Huntington's, so can we track Huntington's from somebody like Wild Bill? What's his name? Fucking Wild Bill. What was his name? Walter Forsyth? Okay, here we go. Didn't make an absence at Gwyn's funeral. Reporter tracked him down. He's 70. He's still around. Not dead. So then, if we go back to the Huntington's thread, it cannot skip a generation. But if they're not related, then who is? Okay, so Linus Cornwall. Let's see if we can find Linus Cornwall. How the fuck did we find him originally is the question. I have no idea. It can't be passed on recessively. Someone has a mother or father. So is this trying to tell us that if Ronald has Huntington's, if Ronald has Huntington's or Robbie, but neither of their parents died of Huntington's, they couldn't have had it? But then who are the parents of these two? Well, Gwyn died of pneumonia. She had been in relatively good health. So I think Huntington's is onset a bit earlier than that. Based on only knowing it from House, where Olivia Wilde's character had it, and was starting to develop symptoms in her like 30s to 40s. So if she had been in relatively good health in the when she was 60 years old, 60 to 70, then the answer is no, she didn't have it, right? Yeah, symptoms become onset between age 30 to 50. So they typically only live another 15 to 18 years as their symptoms worsen. So basically, no, Gwyn didn't have it. Yeah, so 13 was not Ron's mother. So is that what that's telling us? That they're actually not Roottrees because of the Huntington's connection? Well, I guess we don't know. We don't know. Fuck, we don't know which of them actually has it, do we? But we know Penelope's saying somebody close to them. Yeah, which I think means her husband. So Robbie could still be her daughter, but then where the fuck did Ronald come from? Right? Like, who is he? Alright, well I think that's that then. I think we're pretty happy with... Okay, I think we're ready. Let's just loop over. So, Frank Williams never knew his dad. Pretty suspicious. We think he's a Roottree. These two were adopted by their mother. Again, suspicious. Probably Roottrie, because she obviously had a kind of documented affair with Miracle. Anonymum and Jane Doe Roottrie seems very likely they were Roottrees, and the deal was they went to the Roottrie company to try and, you know, blah blah blah, try and get a cut or whatever. Ruby Spratt cut them down, but then basically stole their story working with David Fellows to get money themselves. So, great. James Garland, Christine Farrow left when she was pregnant with James, who we're pretty sure was Guy Hudson's child, left, eloped, had another kid 3 years later. So, Robert, not the child, James, yes. Xinyu Lang, big proponent of IVF, so we think Min Lang is from IVF. Although, to be honest, that could be a cover story. I'm unsure. I might just make that a question mark, because I think that might just be a cover story. So then, Flavio Suarez, Sonia got a big inheritance. In quotes, inheritance, again, we're using quotes a lot. But seems pretty likely that Flavio was related to Guy Hudson. Although again, I think that's kind of a might be. Though there's a clue. I think he is. And the Ford twins definitely are. Even their dad, in air quotes, the spouse of their mother, even he thought they were. Everyone thinks they are. So that's the case. For these two, Huntington's disproves Ron, but we're not sure about Robbie. So but they look so similar. I don't know what the fuck the story is if Ron's not Gwen's child, but I think that's our summation. So we're pretty sure about most of them. So let's find out. So we think that the thing that's going to be revealed to us is Ruby Spratt is actually working with David. They both grew up in foster care in Portland. So that it's highly likely they could have met at that point, is the thought. All right, let's go. We didn't get the name of Ophelia, the wife of Wildcat.
Beatrice and Courtney May. Clark, can you swing another test against Bonnie's DNA?
This time I'll be sure to have them verify both samples in person.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's figure it out.
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies. Clark's handling the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything we've learned. Actually, that's an understatement. It's not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted. But that's the kind of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up. Maybe grab some popcorn. Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children. What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed. We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
Yeah.
He hid it with a method inspired by his idol, Elias. 5-piece flavors. The flavors he was paying to.
Oh, wow. Okay, you were right, Sid.
He developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying.
Okay.
This was really strange,
Okay.
considering one of their names started with X.
Oh, wait. Sugar Plum, we missed. So we did miss some of these, but we got. Wow. Damn, Sid, well done. So Christine, Beatrice, Xinyu. Oh, so she was. There was a child there. Sonia. Yeah, so these are the ones we thought. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
start
cool.
with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar, but there were some other clues.
Right, so that's what the money was. There were no. The flavor development was just some random shit. James was born 9 months after Zach's party,
Christine
yeah.
was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories.
Yeah, so we got that.
Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring.
Yes, Robin Martin was the Australian one. She didn't have kids,
But
so.
she didn't have children, so we'll never know. Also, not every child of Guy's affair partners were his.
Yes.
Robert Garland was
We
born
got that
after
one.
his parents had already moved to Boston.
Woo, woo! Correct.
Up next is Lang Xinyu. When Guy showed up in China, she was into a
Yes, that's right. She had posters of famous redheads when she was growing up. I forgot about that, but that was quite a funny clue,
When she
actually.
got pregnant, her father paid key genes to fake IVF.
Okay.
They claimed her sister was unable to conceive.
Right. Oh, I didn't see this. Key genes will sometimes claim they've performed IVF when they did not. Yeah, wow.
But her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark.
Yes. So I had put her down as a question mark, but she actually was correct. We had missed the fake IVF angle. I mean, we kind of thought about it, but, you know,
Alves
didn't
was
know.
soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband.
Mm-hmm.
She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private.
Yep.
Guy was in Brazil
We
during
knew all
Christmas
this. There's a
1979.
picture of Susan.
It's the only Christmas not in the records. Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying
Yes.
Sonia.
We knew that one.
Last was Susan Ford, hired to translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there. She and Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life. Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, though, paid double.
Oh,
For twins.
how interesting. I didn't pick up on these amounts of payments things, but that is a very funny note. Okay, so great. I had them as confirmed as well, so that's good. So far we're 100%.
So, what about 5 Ps? Felix Fellows.
Well done getting the flavors though, Sid. That was exceptional.
On top of that, his story doesn't really add up.
Yeah.
His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president,
Mm-hmm.
and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around 1975. Alone, that wouldn't necessarily prove it, but there are some suspicious connections between Felix and the company's current lawyer.
They both grew up
were
orphaned in
in
Portland,
foster
exactly.
care, and
They
according to
definitely
the
knew
local
each
paper,
other. How did
they
we get that?
definitely knew one another.
Right, he performed at the fountain. Yes.
Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup.
Mm.
Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity.
Mm.
His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. If you look at the 2 DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were both supposedly tested against Bonnie Hudson.
Oh, I didn't see this.
But the 2 signatures that should both represent Bonnie don't match. After Clark and I confronted her, Ruby lawyered up. We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA.
Mm.
He had a hairbrush of hers. On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney Mays was not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ruby's been throwing away samples. We think she sent her own hair instead of Courtney Mays, but it could have been anyone's. Ruby and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution.
We know that.
A noble effort. But once they became just
Yeah,
as greedy
totally.
as the
They became
worst
so
things,
greedy.
They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
Knew it. What a satisfying resolution. God, this game's so good.
She
Yeah. So we found all
Ruby
this.
used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real. I feel worst for her in all of
Brutal. Woo!
While Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well. Miracle Roottrie was less of an open and shut case. That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine,
Mm-hmm.
not Stuart. Mary Beth adopted
Oh.
him before she
Oh, I
ever
missed
set
that.
foot in Butler
Whoops.
County. That leaves Mark. The time he showed up about 9
Yep.
months after Mary Beth visited Miracle. And the basket baby story is a bit too convenient.
I missed that
That's
Stuart
not
wasn't a
enough on
kid,
its
but
own.
that's good.
He was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree, Miracle Jr.'s wife. She changed her name to
I totally missed whatever the fuck this is. She changed her name to win a Toasterito contest.
Our best
Oh,
guess is
God.
that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr. We have no real proof of that, but nothing.
Okay, cool. So I got Stuart Clementine wrong, but Mark right. The basket baby story was just too suspicious.
Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias to do things he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth.
But it was actually...
Combined with Gwyneth's list,
Yeah.
it's possible the name was actually Bess.
Oh, I missed this. Oh man, I totally. But I think you picked up on this one, VCR.
Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book.
Yes.
and died.
Well, maybe I should have put it as a question mark.
The
It feels
timeline
suspicious
fits
to
with
me, though.
Wildcat, but there's no record if she had any other relationship.
Okay,
I
fine.
wouldn't be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, that means we haven't been able to do a DNA test, as Clark mentioned.
Okay, fair. I think it's true, but... you know.
Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is. When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for hunting.
Yeah, so we picked up on
the same
this.
disease that Gwyn's former
Ah.
had. It's passed from parent to child. It can't skip a generation.
Wow. Leslie Florence died of Huntington's. Okay. So that's the
Because
mother.
Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntington's, and Ron seems to, it's impossible. At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie wasn't likely to survive to see her child grow up, and even if Gwyn did, mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem. Unreliable and a serial adulterer, Gwyn had already told Starlet she was pregnant. So there was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again.
Right.
In actuality,
Interesting.
it was the final months of her only pregnancy.
Okay.
To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to. It's one heck of a story, and frankly, nobody could be expected to, not with what few mentions of Gwyn's past have survived.
So yeah, we got that too. Well, we didn't know about Robbie, but we suspected.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancid Trust was a huge moment in my story.
What a twist for Ron. A surprise. Actually, you're not a Roottree, bitch.
Much backwards, so that's where we're at.
Yeah, wow.
Looking over the information you sent us was useful. Without your tree, I'm not sure we would have ever discovered Ruby. All this information, this entire story. It's a lot. In more ways, we're handling it all very, very carefully. And with that, I guess our
And that's
tale
it.
is finally. No words can express how. Honestly,
What a
I've
good
had enough
game.
of my
God, it was
family's
such a good game.
eccentricities And if not, well, there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers.
Oh,
and
no.
sisters.
Attention, attention, Roottrees. This is 5 East coming at you from the real world. You know, the place you ain't ever lived in.
You say money is the root of all your problems. Root of all your
Man, y'all are hypocrites, sitting back in your massive estates, built from the cash that your ancestors gave you. Like
Special thanks to Lucas Pope. I mean, fair enough.
family's creations. Yo, but looky here, sonny, don't you come for our money, or you might burn bright.
So I wonder what the original was, like a Game Jam game or something, perhaps.
My pappy's cleansing trust should keep you away. Yo, it's disturbing, catching a sermon from a geezer who's never known
What?
her, but blur.
Oh, there we go. All right, and And that ends the Roottrees Are Dead. Oh gosh, good game. I hope they do more. I think this kind of deductive genealogy game mixed with the kind of her story old school web searching, or searching through things, it's such a captivating little type of game. Really good stuff, really strong, really enjoyed this one. Well, that's that, I suppose. Thanks for tuning in, I suppose, gang. I don't know, now that we've finished Roottrees, we'll have to see what we're going to play next. I've got a bunch of other interesting puzzle games that are on my radar, so we'll pick some of them up and try them next time. But that's the end of today's stream, at least. So thanks for tuning in. And remember, if you want to watch the whole Roottrees Are Dead journey, you can check out the Doof Plays YouTube channel. I hope it's linked in the Twitch description down below, we'll see. But yeah, catch you next time, folks.